Gaming, 1xBet.
Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet.
Respect.
From 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect. Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect.
Hello, son.
Hi, Mom.
Pretty girl.
This is Eva.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. Your dad's just making his favorite dinner. It's duck. Come on inside. They're all probably too gruesome to tell you while you're eating at the table. How's your food? Is everything okay? Good, good. You seem to know each other.
Yeah. This is the new ambassador for 1xBet.
Oh, I see.
Everyone felt good when Eva Elfie became the new ambassador of 1xBet.
All right, folks, we're back from our little technical break, and we're heading over to the final series of the day. We got one more best of two for you folks with Infinity versus Pacific Esports. That's going to be our final best of two of the day. And as you might have seen on a quick glimpse, we've, let Otomo go to sleep. I think it's like 6 a.m. his local time, and we brought in a fresh-looking Bowie. How you doing, buddy? It's always happy to have you here.
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Very excited to cast some Brazilians here because with Midas not really being a part of the tournament anymore, I was missing some Brazilians. You actually did cast Universitário, right? They had Tavo there, but the last two Brazilians of the whole tournament here playing for Infinity, and they're looking good. They qualified to Elite League, so I'm expecting big things here from Infinity in this tournament.
Yeah, I hope Infinity can keep that roll going here with FCR and Hiko, who have been playing with the team before, now marked as stand-ins for Arcano and Genic. But, they're familiar with the team, with the players. Should be nothing out of the ordinary for these two lads.
Yeah, I mean, they are definitely not unknown to playing with Brazilians because in the past, this was literally Lumiere, Gardic, and PP was the roster of Hokori, and that Hokori roster played with Analog that now plays for Heroic. So they've been playing around with the Brazilians for a while. Now Pacific is a bit of a toss-up of a lot of players. Mingati used to be a carry, so I'm surprised to see him playing offlane now. Nengoflo played DPC for a while. I think he was consistently playing Division 2. The other three I'm not that familiar with, although I guess Smoker I do remember from some games.
Yeah, I also remember Smoker from somewhere. Not sure if that was Kali from earlier on this year, or are we looking all the way to like Lava and Mad Kings from the earlier years, playing a bit of DPC experience under his belt as well. Division 2 mostly. Haven't really seen the sunlight of Division 1 gameplay. Of course, the DPC is now done and dusted. No longer an actual thing, but important experience for the team. And I also, I don't remember Mingate was actually a carry player, but the name rang... I was familiar with Mingate's name, at least, on the side of Pacific Esports. But they are really in for a challenge. They got a mountain to climb here.
Oh, yeah, they do. This is definitely...
10 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, you're talking about Mingate. His last official game...
5 seconds.
Okay, he did play a little bit in 2023, but he played for Omega Gaming for a while, and then he kind of disappeared. I think he just started playing with the Pacific Esports lineup this year. So it's interesting, to see. I think the carry to offlane transition is one of the easiest ones we have. And yeah, very curious to see how well he's going to perform. Maybe we're going to see some Venge, all of those carries that can also be offlaners might be up his
Dire
alley.
team banned.
Yeah. I mean, it was a very interesting DPC year last year. If you didn't make it into Division 2, you didn't have a whole
10
lot to play
seconds
throughout the
remaining.
entire year. So I'm looking at his 23. He's played
5
Tour 2
seconds
open
remaining.
qualies into close qualifier and didn't make it through. Then he played another open qualifier, didn't make it through. And it's like, yeah, that was
Yeah.
the 3 yearly events basically for him. But now with, the Rest Regional here at LATAM, you've got your chance to show. Still, if there is some kind of, sign of returning and trying to make your name out there, this is a tournament where you potentially have the opportunities for it. But that is today's first Shadow Fiend,
10
hero that has
seconds remaining.
relentlessly been on the bans. It has only been picked once throughout this
seconds
entire
remaining.
tournament. Out of the 26 appearances, 25 bans, 1 pick, has lost that game. And Infinity, he snatched it.
Yeah, Asef is an interesting hero. I feel like everyone is afraid of it in a way, but when you look at the overall win rate for competitive, so like all of the tier 2 tournaments above this last 2 weeks, Shadow Fiend, out of the very contested heroes, has the lowest win rate. He is sitting at 49, which is respectable for a hero that's this contested. But compared to Witch Doctor, TA, not looking as hot. So it is definitely a strong hero, but I'm okay with Pacific letting it through. I would definitely be more scared of
Dire
TA,
team banned.
Brewmaster, especially if FCR is on the enemy team, and they're just gonna grab the Weaver, which is now the staple support. Now the Dark Willow got nerfed to the ground.
Yeah, we did get to see some Willow gameplay, even if Bedlam is no longer an actual thing.
Dire team
But
banned.
still, they have to find a way to answer the Shadow
Radiant
Fiend. And I
team
don't, of
banned.
course, know if that's going to be safe lane, if that's going to be mid. Both are still played
Radiant
slightly
team
differently.
picked.
We got Caster SF in mid. We have Semi right-click in the safe lane position. So, gonna have to reveal a few more cards to know where he's going until you
Dire
properly know
team
how to
picked.
counter it. I think that's the big issue with Shadow Fiend is you're not knowing where he's going. So you might end
Yeah.
up countering him the wrong way.
But that's your counter right there. Clockwork. A
That's
lot
a
of
good
these Shadow Fiends, especially even if you go the magic build, like you ideally want to go Blink, Kayasha, BKB,
10
or something of that
seconds
sort,
remaining.
and you don't want to go Force Staff. I guess this might
5
mean the Shadow
seconds
Fiend goes for
remaining.
right click, right? I think Hurricane Pike's more of a smooth build, or SF you're playing against Clock. Or you can draft some saves. Pudge has been on the up and up. Kind of like it against Cogs. It's okay. You can try and go the Oracle route. Very curious to see what Infinity's gonna go here. They go Ogre. Okay.
Actually, since you're talking about Brazilians, I actually brought it up to Atomo in the last game, but I saw this funny video on Instagram about a football strat with the Spirit Breaker facet, which increases knockback amplification by 100%, where you throw in Nether Strike, and then you
10
use Earth Spirit
seconds
Kick,
remaining.
and then you have Walrus Kick. So you just send them all the way
5
from the top
seconds.
action
Yeah.
rune to the tier 4 towers, and it's like, wow, you can just traverse for the whole map. So that'll be an interesting one to see in competitive play, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to see a lot of benefit from it. So I'd be down for a football strat.
SB Tusk is hard to have on your team, right? Because they're both melee supports.
Radiant
Unless you're playing
team picked.
some of them as a core, it's kind of hard. But one can believe, maybe we can get it. So far, no Spirit Breaker. We get the Dark Seer. So I'm assuming this is going to be Clock 4. Weaver flexing here to 5 or carry. And Pacific needs to pick another one. You probably don't want to pick the mid
remaining.
because you don't want to ideally reveal your lanes right now.
5 seconds
So you pick the
remaining.
matchup against Shadow Fiend.
I'm curious how Infinity want to play these lanes. Like, if this is hypothetically a carry Shadow Fiend, do you get a better benefit out of Ogre being a bully in the lane and protecting the Shadow Fiend, or do you want kill potential with the techies and have blast off, high nuke damage, slows on top of slows where you can actually kill your opponents? How much does that hinder your off lane if you decide to put the techies as a 5? I still see maybe SF Ogre if SF's not going mid, but I guess this next pick's going to tell us more, as we are going to get the Alchemist for Pacific, and there's already a lot of minus armor with the Weaver here.
Yeah, I think I prefer the Shadow Fiend mid. I feel like there, especially against Darks here, there's a couple of lane combinations where they can get on top of you. Like if Ogre leaves to pull, if Ogre leaves to get a bounty, get a Lotus, it's so easy to dive to Shadow Fiend and kill him. And he gets hurt way more on dying in the safe lane than dying in the mid lane, just because of your levels. So ideally, to me, you play Shadow Fiend mid, and you pick a carry here that doesn't care about Darkseer Weaver. I think Troll is one that we see a lot. It's also a pretty decent matchup against Alk. So I wouldn't mind seeing Troll right now for Infinity.
Yeah, some kind of carry that can stand his ground, because I can still see Darkseer's winning lanes, even in the old Darkseer theory was basically like, he is weak, he doesn't farm, he needs levels to do so. Now everything has basically been buffed on his side. He's a lot stronger, he's a lot tankier, he's harder to deal with. So you just want to make sure that your lane is not struggling versus this hero, because he's going to farm. You want to make sure you're also farming. I think we've seen some Medusas already come out a couple times. This at least is a hero that's able to zone him out a little bit here, and most likely our carry, so that locks Shadow Fiend into the mid position, as you said.
Team ban.
Yeah, I like the gyro. Not sure I like it that much against Alk. I feel like Alk's a hero that can 100 to 0 the gyro. You don't really have a save on Infinity. But you know, if it's comfort for Infinity, if it's what Lumiere wants to play, I'm okay. But just talking about carry to carry matchup, I feel like Alchemist is pretty happy playing against Gyro. He has so much regen, right? Gyro's not a Skadi hero as well, so they don't have a Shiva's hero. I think that's probably what they should focus on, Infinity. Get something that deals with the regen of Alk. I've seen the Brood with the new regen reduction facet, and that's definitely an FCR special hero. So maybe that's what they're going to try and do.
I'd really still like to see that offlane gyrocopter come into play, but I think I'm still going to have to wait a bit until that really becomes a thing. Still cooking, cooking.
E-Blade, I don't know, Kayasha E-Blade gyro. That,
yeah, it's kind of like Vessel, Blade Mail, maybe a bit of stats on top.
Okay, so they go Underlord. Pretty... I mean, it's decent. Pit of Malice is nice. You're gonna keep this gyro alive, possibly.
I think it addresses the Weaver as well, if Weaver were to be the carry.
Yeah, sure. I wonder if they would play this mid-Alk. It's definitely something a couple of mid players, especially in South America, like to run. Oh, so it's gonna be... Okay, mid-Sniper. Interesting.
So we do get that support Weaver in the end. Smoker going to pick that one up. Post 4 Clockwork, as you mentioned. But mid-Sniper. Sniper versus Shadow Fiend. I mean, I guess that's one of those heroes that's able to keep his distance to the SF. Like, the issue with Shadow Fiends has been nobody can get close. So at least Sniper, you either outrange it, and the other option is you just don't play the lane. You do all these lane pulling shenanigans behind your tower, keep kiting creep waves, just never face the Shadow Fiend in a 1 versus 1. So I guess Sniper makes sense of that in that way, that it makes your lane a little bit easier because of your range.
Yeah, I guess I like it. It's very greedy though when you look at Alk farming Radiance, Sniper farming. There's definitely a time in here when Infinity can just run over Pacific, especially if the Alchemist doesn't have an easy lane, which he might not. I think Underlord against his melee heroes is pretty annoying. He just has a lot of base damage, can out-deny the Alk. But I like the core-to-core matchups. If somehow this goes late, I think Pacific stands a pretty good shot. But looking at the recent results from Infinity, one would assume that they should be heavy favorites here.
Yeah, they definitely should be. Also, I remember they're not playing the Sniper this time, but the last time I cast Lumiere playing Sniper, he broke like 4 records on the hero. That was with, I think it was like a BTS Pro Series or something like that back in like 22, 23. And that guy was like absolutely nuts. That's when he was still playing with Hikori. I was like, I had to ask on Knoxville, like, say there's this game on Sniper right here. Can you take a look at it? And I was like, yep. He just broke like 4 Sniper all-time records. So he knows how to play against this one at least. He knows how good he can be with it.
I was gonna give Nango some tips on how to run the Sniper. Although this is a pretty different Sniper. This new, it's not an invis, right? You just don't get revealed from Fog of
if you're
War.
yeah, if you're out of vision, you can't see him.
Yeah, that's a curious one. I guess, the Underlord is a decent response to that because you can get vision, you can just teleport behind where the sniper is. They have okay gap close on Infinity, but not like really good. Especially if the Shadow Fin goes right click, you don't necessarily go Blink Dagger on SF. So this is a good sniper game, and I'm very curious to see if Nango's going to be able to deliver.
Yeah, and also how does Infinity actually address that back line? Is the front line more of the issue, or do they have the luxury of going like Ags on the Pit Lord at some point where you can root up the sniper? He already has these inbuilt defensive ways. You've got the grenade, Hurricane Pike, also very common with your mid snipers. Even if you're not planning on dealing right-click damage that much, you do have your ways of moving around.
Gyro,
Nimble.
Lumiere.
That's a pretty rough position to be, is if you got a lot of hostiles around you. That's going to be first blood. Finnick.
Okay. I mean, that's a huge kill. The Darks here already starting with, I guess, his
Quad
own
gauntlets.
type of seed money here. Yeah. 4 gauntlets, make that a bracer and 3 gauntlets. That's the dream. 70 base damage against the 51 of the Gyro.
Interesting. Plus the attack speed that you get from your quick wit. So the more strength, the more intelligence, the more attack speed. All goes hand in hand.
Yeah, very tough early game there for the Gyro. The Elk is very low, and he did TP to the bottom lane, so has to be careful not to die here, or else would have to...
I'm a bit curious about this one because Underlords tend to have a very difficult start in their laning stages. Most of these matchups are too aggressive for him to deal with, but now that they're playing against a specific laning matchup and you have techies to help you out, I feel like Underlord's going to get a fine start, and maybe even the Alchemist actually on the back foot.
I think he's going to have a really good start, because you just get so much extra damage from, getting creeps and denying stuff. Like, Underlord has 76 base damage against Alk's 59. And that's a lane where if you walk up to the Underlord as block, he's just gonna throw Firestorm on top of you. It's 2 melee strength heroes as well, so percentage-based damage does hurt a lot.
JPC is trying to at least keep up the pressure here as much as possible, playing that clockwork. Nango and PP, of course, this mid lane matchup we haven't looked at. We don't really have to look at it too much because Lumiere is trying to get a kill on Smoker. Unfortunately, he ends up hitting the bug. And Gardick's going to go down by the looks of it. Big stick heal. Lumiere coming back in, and it might just be enough for him to get a trade. But Finnick, he's so close to getting this one. And Lumiere just turned things around for the double kill. And that is experience speaking.
What a Chad. Just stands his ground. Not afraid of the first blood. That's incredible.
Gotta love it. Just gotta love the, you really see that he's been in that situation so many times, and he knows exactly how that's gonna go. That was pretty scary for a second. Ogre did get that stick heal. I was like, okay, they can fight for a bit. Well, bottom JPC taking a bit of a beating here, as FCR will actually get a kill very early on for the Underlord.
Okay, he's gonna get that extra 39 damage from the Atrophiara, so definitely not gonna be missing any creeps. But what about the Lotuses here? Left side. Looks like Gardick can probably pick it up.
Yep.
Oh no, he did.
Got it first.
Could have just
sealed the bug though.
Would have just stunned Smoker. Interesting that he.
Yeah.
He's just dead.
Yeah, and his TP cooldown on everything. So no way to get out. Finnick will get a kill with his Iron Shell on his buddy Weaver.
Alright.
Again,
Mid lane though, it is.
Mid lane matchup.
It
Yeah,
is
I wanted to
pretty
talk
even.
about this.
I expected the sniper to be doing a bit better, but the early levels, Shadowfiend was owning quite hard.
Yeah, because I was curious about how this one will actually end up. How big of a difference does the sniper have going against the Shadowfiend, who's known to beat almost every single matchup that he's gone up against? Like, there are only 1 or 2 heroes that also could stand their ground and try to beat this SF, but it feels like this hero is such a winner right now in the mid lane. It's really hard to deal with.
Yeah, it's... Oh, look at that. They're going for an angle here with the blood grenade. PP, this might be first blood. He's being blocked by his own creeps, though.
3 seconds with another raise. This gets the short range raise for the kill Smoker. And of course the tower helping him out a bit for PP's out. Not even the blood grenade is going to kill him.
it's gonna be okay. But now he... Oh my god, that's the worst case scenario. He has to walk base. He buys a wind lace. He has to walk 2 times. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was a bit curious about that one. Why didn't he just TP straight back home? But I guess efficiency is everything. If he gets a water rune for himself, he can stay in the lane for a bit, wave and farm another wave. Maybe get himself like a bottle or something, but or like a charge or anything, and just keep himself sustained. But it's just not enough, and has to walk all the way back home. Meanwhile, that happens. JPC does take down Hiko in the bottom lane, evening up the score to 4-4.
So Underlord, highest CS, tied with the Gyrocopter. So that first blood didn't really swing the tides of the top lane as much as I thought it would. Gardic did die twice, but the Gyrocopter still having a pretty good game.
Yeah, everyone else is getting CS except the Alchemist.
Yeah, I mean it's not. Honestly, it's really bad. I knew it was not gonna be easy, but 13 CS is very low. Do they even have any stacks? They don't.
While PP makes his rotation to the top lane, will take down Finnick. Get a bit of a breather for Lumiere, only topping the CS out of everybody else. Just look at that.
Fako.
I mean, did a lot of damage in the bottom lane as well. Fako goes down, and JPC, by the looks of it, should drop as well. Oh, Underlord is actually stuck in the washing machine there for a bit, going back and forth. Missing the sticky bomb, but not missing the firestorm.
Alright, Infinity, they're back. They are definitely on a row. And now with this Invis room, they're gonna rotate PP to the top side.
Second time in a row. Finnick's got no TP. This is again one of those teleport into lane ganks. Where if they can kill off Finnick now, which looks very, very likely, he's got nowhere to go. Razes are connecting, and into the Requiem. Tries to get it off. He's still got the long-range raise, though, so PP's storing it for that particular moment if Finnick tries to do something finicky. But that'll be a third kill going for PP.
Yeah, nicely done there. Having pretty much a perfect... Yeah, did have to walk, but still looking very sharp. A lot of CS from the sniper, but he is actually stacking. He was stacking the large camp, and now he's going to stack the medium camp. I wonder if they're going to try and give that to the Alk, because... And, it kind of goes back to what we said, where both Sniper and Alk are very greedy. I feel like... I don't know. The Sniper just cannot make moves, right? And no one can really create space for the Alk right now. I wonder if they're going to try and focus a bit more and pressure him.
Yeah, I guess it would make sense. Get this Alchemist game rolling, because we already had one Alchemist game today where he was so far ahead of everybody else. That was... I think that was game 2 of Fusion versus Mambuteros. Yeah, there was that one where we had like... Alk was 10,000 gold ahead of the Lifestealer. And still somehow they managed to throw away that lead. But he got like a 10-minute Radiance. Lifestealer got it at like 17 minutes. This Alchemist is not as big. Well, the bottom lane, JPC is the target of all the hate, but they're bringing in the numbers. Here comes Lumiere through the portal as well to take part of this fight. 1-1 already. Sniper loading up his ulti. They want to take down Hiko. Double for Nengo. And now FCR. He did not get any of those Atrophy Aura stacks for himself, but they're just going to charge Nengo all the way to the backline. Lumiere will take him down, and PP coming in with a Requiem. And Smoker, he just time-lapsed himself into the arms of Lumiere and PP. And they basically took everybody down, while Finnick only managed to get back to the lane with no teleport to the bot lane. Ends up being a 5v4, and Infinity make it a 3-for-4 trade.
Such a good rotation from Lumiere. Just goes through the twin gates, finds so many kills, enables PP as well. And Asap just going straight up Blink Dagger. So it will be in-your-face build just to try and punish the Sniper before any Hurricane Pikes or Shards. I do like it. I think they are far ahead enough where this build can yield him dividends.
Yeah. He's already getting a lot of gap experience-wise compared to the rest. He's level 9, halfway to 10. Most of the server right now is either level 6. Sniper and Gyro still keeping up with that pace still.
Gyro is so farmed. It felt like Nengo was having a good game, but he is just slightly ahead of the Alk. And Alk being the lowest net worth of everyone is probably the most worrisome part of this whole
against
game.
an Underlord lane out of all things. Like, how is that even a thing? Well, PP, that's a big kill.
Dire's middle
They'll be
tower
able to shut down his Necromastery stacks, which he was already starting to build into. Smoker trying to keep the vision, but no assassinate available to take down Hiko, while Fako goes down and Lumiere for another. This gyrocopter is hitting 7,000 net worth under 10 minutes. That is insane.
That's crazy. That is
Dire's middle tower
literally insane. And yeah, I guess Bloodlust helps a little bit, but it's level 1 Bloodlust. Like, and that's the gyro against the Darkseer First Blood, with the gyro being the one here
Dire's
to
middle
die.
tower
Yeah.
is under
This
attack.
is... Yeah, this is the Infinity effect right here, Lumiere. Not really, you know, when you think of South American carries, he's not the first name that comes to mind, but he's been solid for a while. I guess
He
just
has.
never really found a team that allowed him to truly shine.
Yeah, it's true. Like, I like the power spike Kokori had in their TI run. I think it was the TI-11, I believe so. TI-11 was most likely the one where they got invited.
They got top 8, right?
They got
did
top
really
8
well.
or something like that. Yeah, they played great. And Lumiere and Analog truly were players to watch. I was really hyped for SA that year. I was like, this could be the year. FCR right in front of Finnick. Does get the vac out there, but really the damage is lacking. Smoker might be able to do it with a time lapse. FCR vesseled up. That could be another one for him. Fako actually gets the kill with the acid spray. Well placed there in the trees. Nowhere to run, nowhere to go.
This Weaver is so farmed. Actually, already has a Vessel. Very good against all these tanky heroes on the side of Infinity.
Could go Garlic here.
PP. Oh, PP has a Blink
Needed a
Dagger,
bit
by
more
the way.
vision, but he doesn't have it enough. And now JPC, hook shot already used, but never got the cogs out. And PP just blinks away.
Yeah, he hook shotted the creeps. And
Oh, he hit the creeps.
very
right.
unluckily for him, the Blink Dagger got delivered as the hook shot came forward. So he just blinked out.
And this gyro is going to be an absolute monstrosity. Like, talking about gyro timings, these mid-late game heroes being active at 20 to 25 minutes. It's going to be even faster than that. Nengo's going to have to get everything possible out of this one. That's already one. And you get a second kill going his way. Techies jumping in on JPC. They're backing out. Nengo wanted to stick around for another kill, but not going to be given to him this day.
Okay. Not too shabby.
Radiant's middle tower
Shadow
is under
Fiend.
attack.
They're pinging Fako bottom.
Yeah, he has a blink. Do they have damage though without the SFOT? I guess okay. Chemical Rage is expiring. This is a good
expiring.
This is a good time.
Long cooldown.
Yeah.
I think they need blast off, but 24 seconds for it to be up. Don't think they have the luxury if they want to make this play on the Alchemist.
Yeah, you need to land like literally every raise. Yeah, I actually honestly don't like this play. I feel like it's way too low percentage.
Yeah.
Just looking at the techies, like how much slow is Sticky Bomb? It's 55, but it doesn't last enough. Yeah, I honestly I hope they don't go for display or they just wait for the blast off to be back.
Yeah, they need something. They need something on top of what they have right now. But they did ping him. Also, the barrier picked up by... Sorry, the shield rune picked up by the Shadow Fiend in his bottle, so he'll have a bit of extra protection. And there are teleports available on the side of Pacific, so you could still bring in some reinforcements. Also, the Clockwork respawning in 10 seconds, so... SF is charging towards the Alk, so he is going to try and make it maybe happen. Hiding in the trees. And Alk's already out. I think he saw a glimpse of him.
Yeah, the Clockwork pinged him, so maybe he was aware of the movements there. Radiance on the way for the Alk, but it's so... Like, this is a normal Lifestealer Radiance timing, not Alchemist. This is not great, but they're gonna smoke with Pacific. Hookshot is available again.
Playing catch-up a bit. Weaver given the
Yeah,
vision.
you see
Clockwork
Lumiere.
ready to follow up, and Lumiere is a perfect target, but the hook shot misses. And I think they just have to bail it, just like that.
That should have landed. That's so weird. Now Falco being slowed down, but they don't have the damage for him.
Yeah. and that was without the blast off, so that was literally just a sticky bomb. And the raises. Requiem still on cooldown for 30 seconds. Drawing some lines in the top lane. Darkseer is low. Clockwork is also around without the hook shot. FCR, he spots him low, and he wants to get a kill on him with a rod of Atos. He might just be able to do it all by himself. And of course, BP's going to be there. Of course, he's going to be there.
Such a good Atos game. It's incredible against the Darkseer. Forces the sniper into a 4-step, which he is buying. So after the Maelstrom, we'll be forced into a Hurricane Pike.
But it was a bit. I was wondering that play from the Darkseer. Like, you're less than half HP and under an enemy tower. I know you're strong. I know you had a good laning stage and all, but it's a scary place to be in, especially when you know those blinks are already up.
Also scary is the smoke gank. Blink Dagger in level 2 OT on SF is very powerful.
Yeah, and like. I talk about 10k net worth at 18 minutes. We're looking at 10k at 14 minutes. And only a 2k lead, which is really, really weird. But let's see what comes out of this one. Gardic being chased. He doesn't really have anywhere to go right now. Standing his ground, though. Here comes Lumiere. Bringing in the firepower. Requiem from the other side. Perfect pincer move there from Infinity. Alchemist gone, 2 heroes down. JPC has to back away, and Finnick will be another casualty too. Lumiere will pick that one up. And
EP played that fight so well. Just he went all the way down. He didn't want the smoke to break, and he waits for all of the spells to be cast. He gets a really good Requiem, kills both the Weaver and the Alch. Overall, EP, like, he is solo carrying this game. Like, the Gyro's participating in the fights, but he pretty much just comes in, you know, gets some stragglers.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the phase of the game where the Gyro doesn't even need to be here yet.
Yes, it could have been any hero. Like, this could have been a CM carry, and they would still be cleaning the fights.
You are right. You are right about that. Well, already see the Hurricane Pike lined up here for the sniper. I think he just finished his Maelstrom, so he'll have his farm item. Alchemist Radiance still in the works, not even finished yet. While they are chasing the Weaver, just get the time lapse off. Can you hear me, by the way? Everything's frozen.
I can hear you.
Okay, okay. Now I think we're back now. The server's having a bit of hiccups. I got a bit of packet loss here.
No. I can hear you fine. So yeah, we have Radiance on the Alch. I think he probably has to rush BKB this game. It just feels like the hit of Malice with Atos just locks him down in the fights. If he just gets locked down by an Underlord, you don't really have any hope taking any of these fights.
Yeah, a bit of a despair mode.
Oh. He is now 3rd in the network, so at least things are looking up, but 4,000 gold behind a Gyro that died first blood is not really where you want to be as an elf.
He's got his blink lined up, so at least he can maybe make some plays happen. And you got to make these plays happen very early on, and of course with fewer casualties as possible, because Sniper would like to snowball a bit here with every kill that you can get. Alchemist needs to hit his timings. And your supports are, they were in very good position. Like you already mentioned, Smoker getting a good timing on the Vessel. Very important for that early damage output. And they just haven't been able to make those plays happen. Of course, a bit unlucky if that one Lumiere gank did connect. This Gyrocopter could have been hindered by actually quite a lot. It was really down to just a couple pixels missing on that. But we are going to smoke on top of him. PP, aggressive positioning, does have BKB and his blink. Weaver right on top of him. And there comes the Assassinate. Crab Orchestra thrown in onto the SF. He's going to clean out the bug. He's going to be okay. Wall placed down by Finnick. Maximum range, but Lumiere is there to protect him.
Yeah, I guess a bit too hasty from Smoker. He just went in by himself. If they were able to connect with more heroes, that could have been better. Like, they never got to use the hookshot in that fight because of how hasty he was. A bit unfortunate. But, you know, the Alch is farming, so that is decent. That is decent. The Alch now 2nd in the net worth.
Climbing the ranks. Getting there.
Shadowfiend already with a BKB though. DP. This power spike is immense. I wonder, I feel like Infinity, the only thing that's kind of annoying for them is that the gyro doesn't really want to hit buildings yet. So this tier 1 tower staying in the mid lane feels weird. Like they're so far ahead and okay, finally it feels like they will be able to get it. Sniper just makes it really annoying to commit to the tower.
Yeah, they've got some good defense here. Like, you look at Sniper, Weaver, Clockwork. These are all pesky heroes. The amount of vision that they have, the amount of damage they can do from safe distance. Really annoying to at least try in that high ground at some point. Not to even talk about, as you mentioned, the tier 1s and tier 2 towers. Gardic. He does have himself a bit of extra armor.
Oh, Nango, he gets found.
Yeah, I don't know. Our observers looks like disconnected for the moment, but we are getting Nengo out of the way. He will finish him off. I also had another freeze right there at the same time, so I couldn't see anything else happen.
Well, Smoker, I don't think he's going to be
freeze.
seeing anything.
Oh, the time lapse at the same time, straight into the pit of malice. What you gonna do? JPC is getting murdered by Lumiere from the high ground. And they can also focus Finnick. That surge is going to run out. The rocket's going to follow all the way through. PP has a blink available. And that is good night, Darkseer.
Damn. Godlike on the gyro. Godlike on the SF. Just an overall pristine performance here from Infinity. It actually looked kind of even in the beginning. But the Elk struggling, I think, is the biggest problem for their draft. He finally has BKB on the Elk. But he was just a bit too late for the fight.
Infinity, who starting their third tour, basically, here at the Relog Res Regionals, holding on to 26.6 points. So a team that, if they are able to win this tour, are still in the race for that land spot, because only 2 teams from Latin America will get them. At the moment, Beast Coast sitting at 100. Estar Bax, aka now known as Fusion, with 68 points holding the lead. So
is the Infinity that play the other ones the same 3 cores? I guess they have the 65 points is a little bit less, right? It probably is 2/3 of that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good if they get like 1st or 2nd place. It could put them at 1st place or very close to that.
It's kind of like if you win this tour and secure top 6 in the final tour.
Yeah,
I think you're pretty much through.
For sure. Feels like the points are very scattered at the moment, so it at least like 1st, 2nd place now with top 4 in the next one should probably suffice if they stick as a with the 3 cores that they have right now.
I like the portal play to the Radiant side Wisdom Rune, only to lose their own. And they actually see Smoker, but not much that they can do really about him, so I'll just go check it out. Is there anybody around here? Also, the funny thing there, when they opened the portal, because they have the Abyssal Horde, the Necronomicon units on the Radiant side were stuck at the Defender's Gate, just, glaring at the Radiant base. Like, is it time?
Their IQ is very low. Those guys, man. They need a buff. Like, I was so surprised that they nerfed the boys.
We are going to get hit by the hook shot by JPC. He might live to regret this moment. They do get the back wall on Gardic and Hiko. They'll get themselves 2 kills, but here comes the big firepower as they take down Finnick. Trying to zone out PP at least with the Vessel charge there, so he doesn't blink in and chase Falco. But they'll get a 2-for-1 trade going their way.
Yeah, that's not a bad fight. They delayed the Aegis timing. They had a really good ward on the cliff there. They utilized it pretty well. So nicely done by Pacific. That's what you want to do right now. Just delay. Allow the sniper to become so big that going high ground is a nightmare. Obviously, high ground is a bit easier than it was before the 36 patch. But against a sniper, it's always awful to try and breach it.
Lumiere's Gyrocopter right now. 23 minutes 280 CS. Already has Ags, Daedalus, Satanic, Power Treads, even a magic wand in his backpack, which he probably doesn't even need, but holding onto it since he has an empty inventory slot since that Aegis is there. Meanwhile, FCR actually. Oh, Fako too actually getting killed, so it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade with this Underlord falling in the bottom lane. One for JPC, one for PP. But PP getting all these kills, remember, that's infinite scaling to the Necromastery.
Sure, and you are losing that carry. The Aegis is on the side of Infinity, so they will pressure here. I'm not sure if they're going to go high ground, but Tier 2 is definitely going to fall, and Infinity just shrinking the map, making sure that this Alchemist is going to struggle to farm. I think Sniper, no, he's an easier hero to farm waves. You just throw Shrapnel. You're attacking from fog, so you're not going to be revealed in the map. It is, I think, just like split pushing with Sniper in general is much easier now this fast.
Yeah, it does help you out quite a lot. Someone's going to have to constantly keep an eye open on those creep waves, you know, supports being awake.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Are they taking hits? Why is the wave dying so fast? It's kind of like a PA radar, you know, when they have blur.
Yeah, it's pretty similar. JPC, they don't need a radar to find him. He's just dead.
He did, son. Not a kill for the Shadow Fiend, but, you know, 28 stacks. He did lose his stacks already once this game. That was the first death the Shadow Fiend had. He was at 24. Losing those, he had to restart building those stacks up to 28. And once that Aghanims comes online, oh boy. That is nightmare fuel.
So no shard on the Sniper. He only has the Hurricane Pike to work with. As soon as they know that's on cooldown, there's a chance for a dive, especially when the Clockwork's dead, but he is now finally back here for Pacific.
Smoker with the duels, trying to slow down Lumiere's push, but not a lot they can do about it. Pretty good call down. Nengo's dying here. Whew.
Where did that damage come from?
That was spicy.
Huh. I don't know how he took that much damage, but
it was the Ogre Fireballs. I mean, the Ogre Shard, the Fire Shield, was actually killing him there.
Oh, JPC. Hook-shotting the wave there. Not ideal, but looks like Infinity don't want to stick there anyway, so they will disengage as the Aegis expires. Pretty clean game. I think Infinity not really making many mistakes.
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, even if the Alchemist is caught up and gotten back into this game, we can't forget about the monstrosity start here for Lumiere this game. And he's pretty much done with his inventory already, 26 minutes in. We're really talking about some high-level performance. Out GPMing an Alchemist always feels good.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Lumiere definitely, not even sure if he's aware, but he is out CSing everyone by a pretty big margin. His BKB seems to be the next item of choice, and that's when I think they want to seal this game. Second Aegis, BKB. They even have a blink on the Gyro, right? So the plan is to just find the Sniper in the back lines, kill him very quickly, and if he doesn't have buyback, game is pretty much over.
Yeah, and once he has that BKB, he has the full certainty and confidence to just go there. No fear.
Only
lockdown talent as well.
The...
Extra flat cannon attacks. You know, he can just evaporate the whole enemy team with one blink. But Pacific, they're not waiting. They are leaving their base. We'll find Hiko. That's something to start things off with here. A lot of abilities thrown in. They'll take down a techies. 2,000 HP ain't a problem for them.
Yeah, I mean that's a decent amount of gold. It's unfortunate because it's a 5-man smoke for support, but when you're just far behind, you take what you can get. Hopefully you get some wards around the map. Roshan might spawn on the Radiant side, and I think that's what Pacific is hoping for. Because, you know, you do have Clockwork, you do have this Darks here. If by chance Roche spawns in Radiant, it could be huge here in Smoker.
Smoker barely gets the time lapse off, but doesn't look like it's going to do him any good. Rocket's going to follow him all the way through. I mean, you can get far with this level 4 Shikuchi, but in the end, I think it's just going to be in vain. Meanwhile, JPC, okay, he's actually keeping out. FCR doesn't see him. So no Rod to cancel his teleport, but Smoker does get caught in the end. And you can see the lines are being drawn. Now it's go time.
BKB on PP with that eggs we were talking about. He didn't get the level 20 talent. That's when you really explode with the Requiem damage. Already has 33 Necromastery stacks.
Oh, Finnick. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not the place to go. Oh, he just ran into Lumiere and Hiko by accident.
Sheesh. Alright, let's see if they're going to be lucky with the Roche respawn timer. Well, it is good for Pacific. It's going to be on the Radiant side.
Yeah, they'll have a timing on their side. Sniper pretty deep in. PP, if he acknowledges this, well, he doesn't feel like jumping straight Kardik. Well, I'm just going to have to restart that charge, that channel there. What else is going to happen? JPC taking away some deep vision, but Infinity, when they drew those lines, they meant it. They're going.
Are they actually going high ground? I guess you force everyone back, but Darkseer's gonna spawn in 8 seconds. Yeah, I'm not sure, like, with Roche this close from spawning, this is necessary, but okay.
Sniper is disarmed and taking a lot of damage already. Gyrocopter, BKB unused. Can he get it off? Yes, he can. And now Pacific, they're going to have to scram. They're focusing through the buildings. The Ranger Axe are low. They finally take it out of play. Weaver getting caught in the root as well, just getting burnt and bursted on the spot. Has the time lapse. With that BKB used, they're not staying any longer. They dealt the damage. They forced out the Darkseer wall coming out too.
Yeah, I guess in a way, it's good because they know the wall is on cooldown, so there is a window for them to Roche. They don't know it's up just yet, but if they check, this could give them the security of going high ground, of going Roche on, even though it's on the Radiant side, even though they are against this Darkseer wall.
Yeah, and they're trying to play the map as efficiently as they can outside of Pacific. Just push out mid quickly, go straight to bottom. If a support dies, a support dies. But that's the good thing about having a Weaver in your team and a Clockwork. These are very fast supports that can play the map efficiently. Plus, their abilities are great. Battery Assault being buffed a few patches ago to deal double damage to creeps. Very efficient for wave clearing.
Yeah, definitely way better than used to be, that hero.
And Shikuchi Shard at some point as well, which can be useful.
It was almost like Undying, just unable to push waves. It felt so bad. I think, you know, for a long time that was the reason Clock wasn't really picked. He wasn't up with the times with the power creep, but now he is one of us, and he can deal with creep waves as they are going for Smoker.
Taking the portal to bottom. Maybe they run into Smoker. They hear him taking flowers out of the Lotus pool. But
he's gonna steal a Wisdom Rune, but the price is gonna be Roche apparently.
And it is the banner as well. Sniper can destroy that banner, but it will also reveal his location unless he's in fog. That's where the ghillie suit helps him out.
Yeah, it's gonna be daytime, so much harder for him to be in fog when going high ground.
Also, only just realized our Techies has Spoon Stash, so Fairy Trinket, Eye of the Vizier in the backpack, they work. Spot Smoker.
Yeah.
Okay, gets out.
When I read that facet, I thought it was like you can use actives, but apparently like it counts as just your normal inventory.
Yes, it's your normal inventory, and I tried this on day one when it came out. It was like, you can put every single plus cast range neutral in your backpack, and they work. And you can blast off further away than your regular PC monitor. So if you have an ultra-wide, you can actually see where you're going. But if you're going with these regular 1920 x 1080 screens, you can literally click outside of your screen and jump there.
Just like Gabe and
Look at
Nintendo.
this.
Oh,
JPC,
they
see
find
everybody.
everyone.
Hookshot stuns them on the way. Back wall onto 4. There's an opportunity here. Falco trying to hip away onto PP, but PP's not giving in and goes for the big Requiem, but he will go down. Lumiere, a lot of minus armor from that bug, but still the only hero that they can kill is the Shadow Fiend and the Techies. And now with their ults down, still gonna deal with this Lumiere. He does have his Aegis popped. He was already pretty low here. Can they kill him a second time? Look at that. The evil machine charging straight towards him. And he's trying to go for a straight up teleport. Okay.
Okay, that
Might
was...
as well.
That was the best case scenario. Infinity, they were aware of the position of Pacific, but it was a beautiful vac wall. Shadow Fiend tried to ult without BKB first, so he gets vacuumed and then stunned, and he didn't really get the heal from the Axe fast enough before he died. I think if he does, Infinity just wins the game right there.
Yeah.
Instead, you know, they kill the Elk, they force a couple of buybacks, but it is not what you wanted for Infinity. I think like they wanted to win the game with that Aegis, and I think they clowned a little bit too much there.
Yeah, I mean, the hook shot changed everything. Like, they blinked in with 2 heroes. He started loading up the Requiem. Quick reaction there from JPC that he just pops his hook shot. He caught another blinking hero. I think it was the Gyrocopter. And they were both stunned for a short moment, which allowed that whole back wall setup to happen. Just ran out of damage a bit too early, because Infinity, once those stuns were over, they really start to wreak havoc.
I mean, this plays to Pacific, in my opinion. We talked about the fact that they scale better.
They stack it up. They're stacked up here. Weaver's in between, so JPC can't go for the straight-up hook shot. He's going to have to wait, but there we go. The back wall again onto 3, and Bako gets to work. He takes down 2. Nengo actually gets the double kill. Gardex there, but they're going for the sniper too. He's in trouble too, because Lumiere's going to be here with a rocket connecting. Sniper dropping low. Just a couple more hits, but he's getting pushed away. It's just not enough. Lumiere going to get bashed up by Knock Bako. Bako keeps on going, but PP coming in with a Requiem. They're going to zone the rest of them out, and it was close. It was close, but it's just not enough.
It was very close for Comfort there. Just way too close, but at the end of the day, PP, he finds a good Requiem. Lumiere, like, he got ulted and bashed, and then Concoction. He was stunned for a very long time, but he is Giga farmed, has evasion from the Elven Tunic.
If he was a melee hero, he would have died because of the knockback.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks to him being
Alright, so that's one lane of barracks. That's not even the worst case scenario. They have buyback on Alk. I wonder if they're considering. I guess there's no BKB available, so it's not a buyback that's going to be super worth.
Smoker, they get hexed up right away there by PP.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, they're going.
Now let's see what they can do here. Another Requiem from the low ground pushes the Darkseer away. Lumiere's going to be just fine. But Tunic is already out. Time-lapse spot by Smoker, and Alchemist stuck on the low ground. Not where he wants to be right now. He does get his Alchemist Chemical Rage off, though. They are trying to retreat once again. Infinity with their Force Staffs down to the low ground. They're able to get out. 3 buybacks spent, and they don't lose a single hero for it.
All right.
More and more just flowing in Infinity's favor.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was... I think the game should have been over by now. But, yeah, Infinity, couple of mistakes, you know, just 1 or 2. Pacific, looking better than I expected. I feel like if this somehow goes later, if, like, the 3rd Aegis is not enough for Infinity to take this game, this could still go super late. Like, you have this Ags buying Alchemist, giving Weaver a save. Suddenly, the Sniper buys a Rapier with his Aghanim Scepter that he already completed, and the game can look very different.
Yeah, you also got this Aura Machine, like Greaves Pipe on Darkseer, and he's got Crimson Guard. That's going to reduce a lot of damage from this Gyrocopter and SF. It's an attempt by PP. It's just not enough damage anymore. Not finish him off. He has to BKB up. Vako's chasing him. And the Cavalry's going to be a bit late for this one. The hook shot connects, and that's going to be all of his Necromastery stacks he's been building up gone. Those are out.
Unfortunate.
And now the wraparound. Lumiere, Hiko. Can he still do it? They've blocked the exit. But Hiko is under a ward. All right. The game lives.
And that's what I'm talking about. The small mistakes. Against some drafts, it might not matter as much, but against sniper drafts, you have to be careful. Like, the game's already hard to end by itself, but the longer you delay, he will eventually get that rapier.
Yeah, they've made great progress with their itemization. 21k on the sniper. It's not like he's stuck at 10k and just can't get back into the game. He shows
Lumiere's
he
going
still
high
has an
ground
impact here. Lumiere trying to siege. Hook shot comes flying through. Lumiere is able to distance himself away from JPC and just, you know, lets that Gatling gun do the work for him. Finnick, fortunately, only one person caught in the back, so he'll have to suffice with a lot of that. Lumiere actually going into portal play, trying to keep them rooted up, and here comes FDR from the other end. Lumiere gonna get stunned up for a second. His BKB is worn out already. Sniper is low, rocket right on his tails, and he's able to take it out before he dies himself. He will be able to get out for the moment. Eco, he's working that tier 3 tower. We'll get the building out of the way. Lumiere, another Satanic. Quick, swift blink, charging onto the high ground again. Weaver getting caught. CR follows up with the Rod of Atos, but no connection there. We need to chase that Weaver. Falco can't land the stun. Has to back out, and now it's just a melee Rax away from Megas. Also, they have vision inside the base. They have this ward placed down right here.
Huh. No gem on the side of Pacific. Well, that one is not a ward that should be available.
Shouldn't stay for long.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, I guess Clockwork. All right, let's see if Clockwork's gonna take them out because he has
Well,
2
well,
sentries.
yeah, they
I'm gonna
pinged it
be
out right
watching
now.
him.
It's like, yep, there it is.
Okay, there you go.
I was
Very
worried
long
about their
respawn timer
sentry
on Roche.
situation because they had one in stock. But yeah, Clockwork had a couple. Weaver also dropped his own.
3-minute Roche respawn timer. Like this again, buying time for Pacific.
Yep, there's an 80 rune though. They're not afraid to use it.
Okay.
They're going straight.
Yeah.
Straight towards the base.
That's a good one. Do they have any BKBs on cooldown? 3 seconds for the AUK.
Weaver has Yules to destroy that 80. But he needs to land it on him and nobody else.
Blink Vise on Nengo.
Oh no, Nengo is gonna need some help here, but the hook shot's not gonna do enough. The fear's on him and he's gone. And that's no sniper, that's no Falco, and just like that, the noose is closing, the grip is tightened, and this game will go through infinity.
All right.
Nobody to come back.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. No buybacks on anyone. It was a bit longer, but in general, I think Infinity played well. Pacific, though, I think they impressed me. Like, a lot of individual plays that I didn't think would be enough to take it to Infinity. Like, I think specifically the Weaver from Smoker played really well. Early timing on the Vessel. The biggest problem was the AUK. It just got shut down way too hard in the laning stage. So maybe delay a little bit more to get the AUK, or maybe pick something that's stronger in lane. I think AUK has, with some supports, he can be very strong in lane. Not necessarily the case when you have a Clockwork. Clockwork's just, he's there. He's an okay support, but especially with a melee, he doesn't really do that much.
Yeah, and you were absolutely right. Like, you got Alchemist Sniper in your lineup. Who's the one to make plays? Darkseer also needs some time, and he's like, guys, I'm the one to set up, and I need you to do the damage. Who's the one to do the damage? Yeah, let's see you in 20 minutes. See if we have the items for it or not. So, a bit too greedy versus Infinity. Didn't work out. Lumiere, crazy GPM. Like, not in the end exactly, but during that game, you had, what, 7,400 at 10 minutes? That is just sick. Like, that should never, ever happen. But it did in this game, and it was really something to behold. But Infinity, they take the game, you could say, expectedly. Let's just see how Pacific turns that course around as we go for a break and return with game number 2.
OneXBet and Eva Alfie present betting on all esports events on the website and in the OneXBet app. OneXBet. Play with Eva.
What if Kunka knew that he could not only play Dota but also place bets?
bez blechu.
OneXBet Bookmaker Company.
Chances of breaking items in a tournament match are non-existent. Chances of winning at 1xBet are always real.
Join with me.
At your service.
Stealing Aegis from Roshan is very difficult. Winning at 1xBet is super easy.
Use your skills in the gaming. 1xBet.
Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect. Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect.
Hello, son.
Hi, Mom.
Pretty girl.
This is Eva.
Nice to meet you. Thank you very much. Your dad's just making his favorite dinner. It's duck. Come on inside. They're all probably too gruesome to tell you while you're eating at the table. How's your food? Is everything okay? Good, good. You seem to know each other.
Yeah. This is the new ambassador for 1xBet.
Oh, I see.
Everyone felt good when Eva Elfie became the new ambassador of 1xBet.
Well, everyone on Infinity felt good at least when the Gyrocopter was able to end the game with a Divine Rapier in his inventory as Infinity take game number 1 versus Pacific Esports. And now, setting our sights towards game 2, the final game of the day. It's definitely been a long evening of dotes, but for these guys, Infinity, it looked like it was the first game of the day. They were on fire.
Oh yeah, ever since they qualified, they're looking pretty good. Kind of a new iteration now with the Brazilian boys, and yeah, in general it felt like communication was smooth, right? There's always a little bit of a question of whether Brazilians and Spanish speaking players are going to be able to communicate. It's not that like similar of a language as some people might expect, but overall, at least so far, it seems like they are in this honeymoon phase, and I'm very curious to see how far they're going to go in the tournament. Obviously, we're still just starting Group B, and there's still a lot of Dota to be played, but they look like possible favorites.
Yeah, they have a ton going on right now, especially with the EPL World Series, the America season. They're also going to be playing there. Doesn't look like they've yet played a game, but I mean, they've got a lot of dotes going on, especially with Relog on top of that too. And you talked about them also qualifying for the Elite League Season 2. A lot to show. And of course, want to keep that ride and that roll going on. Of course, you know, missing out on TI, but that's only for the top S8 teams. But they want to be around it, you know. If they can set themselves...
What is TI?
Yeah, what is TI?
When you can qualify to the Relog LAN, all right? TI...
That's on their sites.
Exactly. I think that's what they want to do. And, you know, so far, they're making a good case. As you said, they are doing pretty well here with points. They are second place, even though they might lose a couple because of the roster swap on the offlaner. But still, if they do well, it really should not matter. So, yeah, we'll see how far Infinity can go. In terms of the draft, I think we have a pause, right? I just see the timer not moving.
Oh, all right. I think we might have a remake situation then in that case, because we might have the big order upside down. So I guess we can throw ourselves back on camera, get rid of the drafting screen for now.
Okay.
So. Yep. So draft is on pause.
Wait, can I disconnect or?
Yeah. I left already. So let's go with a remake then. Well, gives us more time to think about, you know, Infinity's plans. Not only specifically about this this particular game. I mean, I might as well just talk a little bit about their group stage path, because I asked the same question about from Atomo. I want to ask you the same thing. What do you think Infinity's group's looking like? Group B this time. Do you feel like they're a definite top 3 contender, or do you feel like it might be a race between 4 teams?
Let me double check again. So we have Fusion, Mamuteiros, Infinity, Pacific, and Universitarios. No, I think it's... So let me double check Fusion here as well as Fusion and Lava. Yeah, no, there might be a battle for top, like 4 teams battling for top 3. I just feel like Infinity is for sure one of them. I don't see the lobby, by the way.
Huh. All right, maybe you'll
no
find it
idea.
in a moment. There we go. I mean,
No,
in my list, I had Mamuteros as a potential. You know, they already scored a tie today, which was a bit unexpected, I guess, in some way. But I felt like they could sneak in as one of those 4 teams. Universitario last season, they won 1-9. Of course, they played with Robo Z today instead of Leo Style. Might have maybe hurt their chances a little bit. I feel like they did play with Leo Style last season, and it did not look too hot. I guess the team still needs some time to figure out the weak links and, you know, polish them out, push themselves to the next level. But I feel like this is maybe Infinity, Fusion, Lava, and Mamuteros. Those are the ones that I have on my list for potential playoff teams.
Yeah, for me, I think Lava and Infinity to me are for sure top 3, and then it's a toss-up between Fusion and Mamuteros. I believe on Fusion a bit more, but they do have a standing, right? They have someone else standing in for Alone, and I think like he's supposed to be one of the better players there.
Yeah,
so
they had Benjimon today.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just a one-time thing or if it's they literally changed roster. If that's the case, then Mamuteros might be able to sneak in. I feel like Alone supposed to be one of the better, if not the best player for Fusion.
Yeah, and not entirely sure about some of these roster moves. Like if somebody is standing in for a bit of a longer time. I at least heard when I was talking in the lobby with Infinity, PP said that he's feeling a bit sick, but he's still able to play, which is a good thing. But it really didn't feel like he was sick at all in that last game. So hopefully that fatigue doesn't kick in game 2.
Wicked sick.
Wicked sick indeed. With the puns already.
An actual disease or anything. He was zoning from the get-go. That was a really impressive Shadowfiend performance. I gotta say, like, that was a first pick Shadowfiend, and he made it look like they last picked it in like a perfect game. I think PP, like he was making waves ever since the DPC started. Like, he was super young. I think he was 16 or 17 at the time, and he matured a lot, and he grew a lot as a player. So it's very nice to see him in a promising team, qualifying for a LAN, possibly 2, if they are able to do well here in this RES iteration number 3.
Yeah, we'll make it a lot easier to qualify for the LAN if you do good here now. I think it takes a lot of pressure away from you, and of course, you say Infinity on a hot rise, you should expect this team to do good here as well. We have loaded in to another attempt of our Game 2 draft, and I think this time things should be correct and ready to go. As we're going to start things off with the classic TA ban. I think, Infinity, they got their hands on that Shadowfiend. Of course, Clockwork was a good answer to it, but we didn't get to see too much of him because there were too many other problems to address in the draft of Pacific. So if they want to go for a greedy route like that, at least have someone who sets the tempo or at least controls the tempo a bit. Usually from the mid lane, say, I don't know if you could really pick a Storm Spirit into a Shadowfiend. I don't think that works, but something on the lines of it. I don't know, Void Spirit also suffers the same problem. Leshrac has the same issue. You constantly soak up 2 raises. What kind of hero could you come up with which could work as a tempo controller? Now you don't have to worry about the SF at least because Infinity bans it out, but what other hero could have maybe worked instead of the Sniper?
I think Leshrac is fine. Like, it's not easy, but it's fine. Pango, especially now that you max out the shield crash, I think he can tank a decent damage. You can always swashbuckle away. Like, you lose the lane, but he creates enough pressure with Rolling Thunder. Like, Pango loses a lot of lanes, but he doesn't care, right? Even this new version. So, I do like Pango. If
I have
not
one.
that,
I have one that I thought about.
Zeus
It
is
could be
decent.
Coddle.
10 seconds.
Oh, yeah, Kotto's nice. Kotto's nice. Just shove the wave. Pretty hard for the Shadowfiend too. I think it was banned in that game. I think it was first days banned by Infinity, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, very, very likely, because that would have been a great pick otherwise. At least from my experience with Caudles in games and casting Caudle games, it's always like both are gonna get their farm out, but your level 6 rotation is really strong. Like you can do a double rotation, even you run top, you TP bottom.
It is an angle flow hero too, so definitely could have been the case, as they are thinking about the last ban for Infinity. They played... Okay, they're going to take away the techies. Surprised about that one.
Hoodwink's getting a lot of love, even with the small nerfs to the tree-bound strict shot. Remember saying that in the right order. Hoodwink has, we've already seen it today in the hands of Pamplona. Played a absolutely sick Hoodwink. I'm pretty sure he's not going to get his hands on that Hoodwink again based on today's performances. But we do get the Storm Spirit for Infinity. Doesn't have to worry about the Shadow Fiend in this matchup, so
10 seconds remaining.
We're gonna answer it with, you know, Pango's in the pool, Ember's in the pool. Those are the two heroes that come to mind right away.
Yeah, I've seen some Storms, like teams, especially in the Western European qualifiers, teams that were forcing Storm this early. They would be punished hard by a Nyx Assassin. But when you pick Hoodwink, you probably don't have to ban Nyx as Infinity, because playing Nyx 5 is Grief, pretty much. So... the Storm doesn't really have to care. So it's a pretty smart Storm pick. I think in other situations, you could have been punished. But now Pacific, like, yeah, maybe you pick Nyx, but at the cost of ruining your safe lane. And we don't really want a rerun of that Alchemist game 1. Like, you actually want their position once you thrive.
Yeah, but how bad is Chen right now? Because that 2 versus 1 mid lane with the Satyr Convert was an answer to Storm Spirit and a couple of these heroes that live off of mana.
I think he's playable. It's just that for a lot of players, you know, at this tier 2, tier 1.5, they always wait for someone, like, to copy someone. Like, a lot of the times, like, oh, yeah, I saw this Chinese player doing this in whatever qualifier, and then you do it. And I don't think in any region Chen is being played that much. So it's probably more like you need to convince your captain that Chen is good. And just looking here, it looks like he was picked 8 times in the last 2 weeks in the entire competitive scene, with a 37% win rate, so not very promising.
Yeah, he's fallen hard, like from being a first phase pick, first phase ban into complete oblivion.
Ench, though, 65% win rate with 35 games, so looking pretty good. I saw Celery win a couple of games with Ench today, and it looked nice. A lot of people were complaining about the innates and the facets, but the hero still kind of does
specifically. I've been crying about this Enchantress for such a long time. That the hero is great, the skill set is great, but that init sucks ass. It is just horrible, and it's like, please, I mean, if you're planning on buffing heroes, everybody gets like something new on top of what the hero already used to be. Some heroes had their old abilities put into their init these times, or maybe even a facet. Enchantress gets like nothing. Like, do something about it, like in the same way like every other hero. I feel like maybe the hero is too strong that you just don't do radical changes to it, but I feel like something needs to happen, like that fast. That init is bad.
You know what could, like, I saw you mentioning like them getting earlier tier 2s. I thought that maybe you could choose one player to have access to the next tier neutral item. Like, just one person gets, you know, tier 2 would be at 7. I think. You know, because if you just get everyone's neutrals earlier, maybe it's too strong, but I don't know. We'll see what Iceprog's going to cook up for her. That said, they go for some pretty heavy physical here with the Venge and the Tusk. So we might get to see Drinking Buddies. Pretty good with Venge. But even Tag Team sounds nice.
Yeah, Drinking Buddies. It is pretty funny how you play it out, how it looks like. But it is a very interesting way of repositioning with the hero that already had a lot of positioning spells. Shard blocks and shard pushes, snowball saves. Getting all that stuff going your way, but we're quite far in this draft, and Pacific, I feel like they got a bit of everything going their way. You know, you can siege, you can wave clear, you have a little bit of mobility going here, a bit of synergy for your physical and your magical. I would like a Flame Cloak Lina this game, based on the heroes that I'm seeing right now. Enchantress is going to be an issue if you try to right-click it. You have to worry about, do we have a Silver Edge builder? Well, we have Hoodwink, but then Ench would have to always be the sharpshoot target. So you kind of have to save it for a hero that's probably not worth using it on that much.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, I think Lina is just supposed to be the mid matchup against the Storm. It's supposed to win the lane. But after the laning stage, they have a lot of cash for this Lina. I think they're banking a lot on the Underlord being able to portal and save the Lina. But in this early smoke ganks, I feel like Lina can just die really quickly if she doesn't have the cloak, as you said. So it's really going to depend on how fast and how well Lina plays. I think this is kind of a toss-up. Like, you win the mid matchup, but a lot of times Storm doesn't care about losing. Like, you can just stack for yourself. This is a hero that can jungle and get his 6 and still recover. So
yeah,
I don't know where I can where I'm gonna place this Lina right now. But they have good bans. They take away the Ursa that could dominate the Underlord. They take away the Gyro that, you know, obviously was quite comfortable for Lumiere to play. I'm thinking maybe Monkey King for Infinity. I think that looks good in the lane. Can hunt the Lina.
Yeah, I mean, Monkey King is the one you think about, and then Underlord is also a prime counter to the Monkey King. I think we saw this in the TI qualifiers. Remember when Trent was like, they're going to pick Underlord and they're going to counter it with a Monkey King, and it went exactly as he pictured in his mind. So they spot the Monkey King once, they pop a portal, it destroys his tree, and they just kill the Monkey King.
Oh,
but it's very likely.
That is true.
It is very likely it could go that way. It's still a good Monkey King pick, but Underlord is a counter to the hero these days because of the destroying the trees. But
okay, so they go Pudge. Super tanky lineup.
Pudge carry. All right.
10 seconds.
You need more damage. I don't think Monkey King is gonna cut it. You need something like
5 seconds remaining.
Necrophos, maybe?
Lifestealer.
What about Necro?
Necro? You mean like offlane Necro? Carry Venge? Or carry Necro?
Or carry. I think you can go both. Like, you have save for the Necro, you have snowball and swap. And there's just so much damage into these tanky boys.
Kind of like the idea of it. I mean, if you go offlane Necro... Oh, actually, I'd like Venge offlane and then put Necro carry. Could work. Could work. Lifestealer was another I was thinking about, even with the nerf to the Corpse Eater. I feel like the hero's still good.
Yeah, he's decent. He's definitely decent. I feel like Pudge deals well with him, though. You can just dismember through Rage. Obviously, they do have a couple of saves, but if they're going to play Necro, I actually think FCR is the one that's going to play, just because he's the hipster weirdo that likes to play those ones. And the question is whether Lumiere is comfortable playing Venge, because to me, he's more of a traditional carry. You know, he wants to get his farm, only joins the fights that he thinks are perfect. And that's not necessarily how Venge is played in this patch, in this particular moment. But I think Necro, like, you really need more damage, and I don't think there's a better hero to bring damage in this game than Necro. We'll see what they're going to cook up, though.
Something tells me Broodmother, but I don't think we're going to go that way. We're going to go for the Monkey King, so let's see if it's enough or not. Lumiere for the MK. That means we have an offlane Vengeful Spirit and a mid-Storm Spirit coming through. Falco takes the carry Lina, so Nengo mid-Pudge.
Oh. Okay, that's... Huh. Yeah, I guess you can kill Storm. They don't really have any rotation heroes to assist, but I think, yeah, Pudge beats most heroes mid. Like, he has insane base damage. Storm obviously can't really maneuver that well. Very curious to see how that one's going to pan out. This looks like a much closer game. The Jaffa Pacific, I feel like just the sheer tankiness of their heroes is not easy for Infinity to deal with. That is also a counter to Storm, right? His damage is based on mana. He just wastes too much mana to kill most heroes there. It's just only the Hoodwink and Lina are the easy pickings for him.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how Finnick also pulls off this Underlord. Like the Underlord we saw in the last game had a very good lane. It was the Alchemist that he had to go up against and didn't really have to worry too much about what happens in the lane because he was already winning it since level 2. Alch didn't get too much farm. Underlord got big. Now he doesn't face such a good lane, because Monkey King in the laning stage is really good versus the Underlord. It could be a situation where Finnick just has, like, I don't know, 5 last hits and he sits at 200 HP because he can't get close.
It's very possible. Enchantress is also the queen of the laning stage. Definitely, up there with the Undyings and the Witch Doctors right now. Yeah, Infinity, they have decent lanes, but I feel like this is a game where, let's say, they go for those dives or some funky business in the mid game. This is not a game I think they can afford a lot of mistakes. This the tankiness and just the sheer scaling that they have on Pacific, it's pretty scary.
Yeah, I'm actually happy Pacific also had a bit of room for flair. So they've definitely swapped away from last game. The draft was too greedy. Now we have playmakers. We have a lot of stuns. So basically everyone in the team has some sort of crowd control. So one time you catch a hero, there's a good chance you kill it all the way through from 100 to 0 without the hero getting a chance to recover. Say Storm Spirit, you get caught by a hook into Dismember. You've got a Bushwhack to follow. You have an Ogre stun. You have an LSA stun. Even the Root from Underlord. Like, so many things could go wrong for Infinity by just playing a basic game. It's not even about mispositioning. You just play as you are, and that one crowd control ends your life.
Yeah, this is a really good Atos game for the Underlord as well, because you just pretty much counter the Storm. If you get the first bit of Malice with Atos, like, he is pretty much dead if there's anyone else nearby. So, hoping to see the Atos build. Playmaking wise, as you said, I think the Lina is the only greedy hero that they have, and it's fine. Like, you're gonna be farming this Lina. She's gonna join fights when she feels comfortable. If she gets ganked, you have the Underlord to maybe assist. And yeah, this mid lane. To me, the mid lane is gonna dictate a lot. I feel like if PP dies once or twice against the Pudge, that's when, like, this hero, all the scaling of Storm got nerfed, right? The galvanized stacks are much worse. Meteor Hammer got nerfed. A lot of the items and the things that was making Storm good, but just don't hit as hard, pretty much.
Yeah, at least some nerfs to the hero were, even if they were indirect. That Meteor Hammer just existing in his inventory was baffling people. Like, what the hell? What is going on? Why is Meteor Hammer in there? Literally for the amp.
Yeah, that it feels like Meteor Hammers, like, they really want that item to exist, but it's always in a weird place.
Yeah.
The fact that they added Kaya to it, it's like, how can we make Meteor Hammer good but not OP, and then they make it more expensive, but only Storm wants to buy it out of all heroes. And now they nerfed it, no one wants to buy it, so they're gonna have to do something about it in some patch.
That's gonna be hook number 1, and Hiko, he will just push himself out with the shards. Been in that situation probably a couple times. He's gonna take the second bounty as well from the river, making it 3 for 1 on the side of Infinity. Nengo looking for an early hook to the block spot. Okay, I'll just take the range creep out. Never mind.
So far, so good. Yeah, I want to watch the Monkey King lane. I think the first levels of that lane are going to tell us a lot about how well of a lane Phoenix is going to have, and he's already being chased down here by Gardic.
So we can make a good split. So you can look at the Monkey King lane, I'll look at the mid lane, and our observer can look at bottom.
Well,
we have all 3 lanes covered.
Yeah, we just need a way for the observer to communicate with us so we know what's happening in that lane.
True.
Maybe he can use the chat. Just can cast through text.
Yeah.
Just
Darkcast giving us a nice radio text. Radio observing there. You already see JPC. They're soaking up some early damage. What I really like about the Lina, if it were mids, is actually... Oh, JPC.
Good shards.
That could be a first kill right there. One more hit to go. There we go for FCR. If that Lina was mids, I actually do like in my pubs. I have played against it so many times, and I hate it, but I do like the other facet with the dot damage, because the moment you get your spells out, you are dying literally to dots. So if you have squishies on your team, they do not survive. But because it's played in the carry position, you're not getting benefit out of it. Oh no, not again.
Oh, JPC,
He just
that tag
TP'd in to
team.
die.
Sheesh. Oh. Yeah, that's awful. This Lina's now gonna take a lot of pressure.
That is not the way they wanted to start that lane out, because now Lina's gonna have to play very carefully, and only has 3 last hits so far. Not the greatest start. Mid, nothing special going on. Keeping an eye up on both of these. It's literally Nengo just hooking range creeps, filling his bottle again, soaking up hits from Storm Spirit every now and then. Nothing special going on.
All lanes look pretty bad for Pacific. The Monkey King has as many denies as the Underlord has CS. Storm is doing pretty good in the mid lane. And, I mean, bottom is an actual disaster. This is a level 1 Ogre that has just smoked back to the lane. And that's the thing, right? Everyone picks Ogre, they get this learning curve, and the hero is a potato at level 1, and it always dies. Like,
yup.
I don't know. I get it that it feels good afterwards, but the level 1 with this facet is just too weird.
Yeah, you're doing nothing. You're literally nothing.
You're just soaking damage. That's all you are.
Yeah. And your opponents are basically just seeing like, well, he's a manually moving creep. He's got no special abilities that make him in any way a hero.
Yeah,
kind of like a constantly aggroing catapult. Let's put it that way.
I mean, at least catapult is ranged. Ogre melee. So.
Oh, come on. Just giving him more salt. But yeah, you're right. It's for a reason that lane is not looking too hot right now. They're going to have to hope to recover as soon as possible. Falco's also pretty low on mana too, so not a lot of benefit coming out from this Lina early on. Also, I would like to see what kind of build this Pudge wants to go, Nengo, that is. Are we seeing an early blink? Do we see stat items being brought up early? See bracers, magic wands, phase boots. Those take time.
I think it's gonna be phase boots. Usually what I see is phase boots, blade mail, ags. Very curious to see if he wants to go for a blink to hunt the storm. It is pretty good if you have the Underlord, right? You blink, dismember, he teleports, you get the Pit of Malice. That's like 4 seconds of disable.
Yep, Malice Hook. That's already something you can look at for kills early on.
Oh, Finnick being chased down, but good usage of the tree line.
Nengo has been lining up for these hooks, but it's just to farm these range creeps pretty much. Still keeping up an even score with the Storm Spirit. They're, you know, both just vibing in the lane. Underlord, he's been catching up a bit, so it's not as horrible as it could be. This could be a lane where Gardic pressures the Underlord and Monkey King keeps jumping on top of you and tries to kill you.
Yeah, but about bottom though, JPC.
Oh dear. All right, death number 3 for the Ogre. Got no points in Fire Blast, just Ignite and Bloodlust.
Yeah, the other good aspect of the catapults that it only spawns every 5 minutes, so...
You could kill the Lina here as well.
Only.
That's a lot of damage that both of these two heroes have, and with the tag team, that just works so well together. He's going diving under the tower, he'll take it, and Hiko will follow suit, but the damage has already been done.
Super worth it. They also lose the Underlord.
Yeah. Wildwing Ripper for the Tornado Slow, and Lumiere does the rest.
And yeah, I mean, Storm didn't really got pressured. I thought that maybe we're going to see like a kill potential hook with maybe a Blood Grenade. He still has it in his inventory. Gets level 6, but...
2 moves at the same time. Hoodwink tries to help him out. Does get the Dismember out, but it's just not going to do him any good. Now they're going to dive Smoker under the tower as well. PP looking for a second for himself. He'll take a split. Kills are kills. Those are still towards his Galvanize. And Falco goes down in the bottom lane, and now they're also going to take down JPC. FCR does fall first. So the streak is recovered, but FCR also dropping there. It could have been a dominating streak for him to clean out. Instead, he only gets the killing streak.
Under attack.
For sure. such a tanky Venge. Double Bracer wand with Strength Treads. It's just very hard for the Lina.
Impossible to
do
deal
anything.
with this. Like this hero has so much damage output, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And with the melee facet paired up with tag team, ugh.
Dire are scanning.
And now, Lina is forced to jungle with no items whatsoever. In fact, they are hunting for her, but they might find someone else. Nope, they're just gonna get the tower probably.
Ward placed down. Ogre's on the edge of it. Now they spot him, so they ping him out instantly and walk straight to JPC. He places down a ward and is like, yeah, they're already here. So jumping on the Ogre. LSA stunned to buy some time, but then again, okay, let's get PP's Courier. Still got the power treads delivered, so that Ogre killing the Courier does not prevent him from getting his items. Meanwhile, Nengo has moved top, trying to hook Lumiere. This is going to take a bit of time. Can he land it? No. Okay, brilliant jump just in time. Underlord placed down the Pit of Malice as he jumped away, so no room.
Really quick moves there from Lumiere, knowing that something felt off, and he was 100% right. Now push TP is bottom, but he's under a ward there. This is a really bad TP from Nengo. Like, he's not gonna get anything out of it. In fact, there's a ward in the high ground there.
They're gonna fight JPC and hope that that is enough of a distraction, and with the Lina, hoping that they can get something done here. Storm's waiting on the side here. There's the hook onto FCR. Alfaco gets jumped by PP at the same time. They're trying to get a kill for the Lina. It is going for Nengo, so he'll get his first Flesh Heap stack. And now Monkey King drops that ulti, protecting both his allies here. Hiko will live. They'll take down Smoker. Nengo to fall, very likely. One more hit from Lumiere should do it. Hooks Enchantress does no damage whatsoever. And Finnick, he's gonna drop as well. Lumiere, he's just regenerating with that big old lifesteal and takes a triple for himself. Ogre TP's in, he's like, oh, they're all so low. Hiko dodging the ignite, but he's gonna die to the tower and the fire blast. But they haven't left.
Yeah, I mean, they get something out of it, but it's just support 5 that gets it.
It's a team
all
wipe.
of the course. Struggling a lot. Sheesh, somehow this is worse than the outgame. I was such a fan of the draft on the Radiant, but the way they place their heroes, you know, especially the Lina being a carry, I think you were right on the money. I would rather have Lina carry this game.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
You mean Lina mid?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, instead of the Lina carry.
Yeah.
Oh, the smoke breaks, but they don't know Focus there, and I guess they don't have detection, so...
Yeah, it's
just...
He might find a cheap kill here.
It's hard, though. That's a level 7 Storm.
Yeah, he's actually full on HP now, but with the help of the Hoodwink, maybe it's enough. And so close, but no cigar, and if he dies here... Oh, that is heartbreak.
God.
That is heartbreak right there. They do get a hook out onto Gardic, but it's an Enchantress who just heals himself up with the overprotective wisps and all, so... And she's back to full HP. Lina goes down. Snowball diving under the tower. Well, I mean, there's no tower. There used to be one. JPC trying to make a run for it. Tag team is popped. Hook does connect. Does get the swap. Hiko, he'll soak up the damage. The rot damage is sufficient. And he's trying to portal himself out, but no such luck. And Nengo will get himself a Flesh Heap stack for that. So something at least, but losing Falco earlier, not a good sign. They are focusing FCR here. Here comes Lumiere to rescue. They will lose one, but how many heroes pay the price for it? Smoker's already dead. Nengo chased up here. And that Pudge is not feeling too great. When Lumiere, again, skyrocketing. He's at 6,000 net worth. Storm's at 5K. Pudge 4,300, Lina 3,400. Not feeling too good right now.
Yeah, just doesn't have enough time to farm. They try to go for the Storm play. Just got absolutely destroyed. Tries to go for an aggressive play, dies, and might die again here. They find the Enchantress, but look where Lumiere is.
Just backstab. Has a diffusal blade as well. Can't chase. Can't get away from this Monkey King anymore. FCR is already focusing the Underlord, and of course with this Monkey King, could just start his... okay, he didn't go for Simeon Stride. He went for Wukong's Faithful.
True. I guess because of the hook, right? He doesn't want to be displaced out of the... Oh, he's gonna find Finnick. Oh, Oh. Hello.
With the final looming seconds of his Jingu mastery. I'll take that one. So, 7k ahead with 22 kills in 11 minutes. That's Infinity, killing
23?
2 heroes every single minute. Yep, make that 23. PP already 14 galvanized stacks. This is quite safe to say, but the game is quite over.
Yeah, this game is just looking absolutely impossible. Like, none of the cores has any business playing right now. Lena's level 6. Like, the lowest level on the side of Infinity is 7. Never mind, Hiko is 6 as well. But they might just find Foco.
Yeah, just strolling under his tier 2 tower. You think you're safe there? I thought wrong. Yeah, another ulti loaded up. Right on top of the Ogre. Underlord trying to help him out from the side. Stormspirit does get caught by the bushwhack, and maybe the damage is sufficient this time, and no, you thought wrong. He's just zipping and zapping back and forth and secures himself another kill. Not just one, makes it 2. Lumiere being chased by the Pudge. 2 stacks waiting on top of Fennec. Lumiere will load it up again with Refusal. He'll secure another kill. Beyond godlike already. He soon got more kills than he has last hits. Well, okay, we're not going that far.
Buyback.
It does feel like Alina coming with the buyback. It's desperation mode. Yeah, he'll just die on the spot. So that was, you know, a very short-lived life.
Yeah.
I think the tip's a bit unnecessary, but yeah, that's a 12-minute GG. I think we said it 2 minutes ago, less than 2 minutes ago, that this game feels pretty over, and it definitely is.
Alright, so Infinity, that was kinda, I mean, maybe not this stompy, but I thought it was going to look much more like this in Game 1. I thought that in Game 1, it was a pretty good performance from Pacific. And, you know, it goes to show that sometimes these drafts can go both ways. I feel like some of the laning decisions that they made weren't ideal for Pacific, and Infinity just took full advantage. They itemized super aggressively as well, just going Diffusal, going Witchblade, and yeah, at some point Pacific was, you know, done. But yeah, kudos to Infinity. I think they're looking very sharp. They take the 2-0, and I still feel like Pacific has possibly a chance, but it's not going to be easy. This is a very stacked Group B.
Yeah, Infinity definitely looking hot, and as the expected victors for the series, you know, the experience that they rack is on a completely different level to Pacific Esports. So you could see the way that they move, the way that they play, how fast they are, and even from like Game 1, when we saw Gyrocopter get a double kill over a situation which looked like they're definitely going to kill him. No, he ends up with a double himself, and in this game, the same kind of things happening all over the place. Storm Spirit getting caught once or twice, and especially that last fight there under the Tier 2 tower, he had 150 HP when he gets the zap. He zaps back in, and he gets his damage. He knows he's stronger. He has more levels, and he ends up killing both of them. So, just comes to show how strong this team is, and I think you're putting it quite right. And realistically, honestly, Pacific is in for a mountain to climb against the rest of the teams here in Group B. But that closes out the day. We're done with our 3 series of the day. We had 2 2-0s and a tie at the start with Mamuteros and Fusion. Tomorrow, Fusion are going to be starting off the day versus Universitario. We're going to see Infinity take on Mamuteros. Do you think Mamuteros will show another potential tie play coming out? You know, they did already get one tie versus Fusion.
Yeah, it's possible. I think they are... I would rate them a little bit higher than Pacific. I think they have some pretty good combination of old faces with some new talent. So it's definitely possible. To me, the match that really caught my eye, though, is Lava versus Pacific. Because, you know, Pacific actually made Game 1 look pretty hard for Infinity. You know, can they take Lava? Can they get a tie over Lava? If they can do that, maybe my predictions could be, you know, all over the floor. So that is one match that I'm probably going to be watching tomorrow.
Well, there's potential in all of those 3 series tomorrow, but make sure you tune in for all of those as we're going to end the stream here. Thank you, Bowie, for tuning in for this final series. It was a short day for you, but I know you've been casting earlier on today as well, so a good night's sleep is also deserved and earned on your side. But from my behalf, from Bowie's behalf, and from Relog, to all of you viewers out there, thank you for tuning in today. But tomorrow we continue, so until then, take care of yourselves, everybody. Good night, and bye-bye.
It's hard to imagine a match without first blood.
Drink it.
Check it out.
There are more chances you'll be paid at 1xBet.
One chance. One dream. One match. One energy. One fight. One aim. One action. One hope. 1xBet.
Fuck.
Use your skills in the gaming. 1xBet.